Well, here we are. And welcome back to you lot as well, the people that live in the camera. Welcome along.
Hi.
We are, where are we?
Lindsey Trail.
Lindsey Trail Touring Park.
Yep.
Right beside Market Rasen, which has a race course, but no raisins that we've seen so far.
No.
It's about...
It's in between the golf course and the race course.
Between the courses. So it's an amuse-bouche.
It is, really.
It's an amuse-bouche, a palate cleanser of a site. Had a cracking time at the Lincolnshire Showground at the season finale, the show. Number of firsts. We were off-grid, so the eco flows have done a brilliant job, an absolutely brilliant job. We even had the panels out to charge the little one up, the Delta 2, so that we could run the Starlink Mini, which is above the bed, which I know we haven't shown you yet. We will come to. We towed the trailer down, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. We've been off-grid before, huh?
I know, but not for that long.
No, 3 nights.
It was longer than we did 4 nights. It was Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Yeah, diddly squat we were 3
Oh,
nights.
diddly squat we were 3 nights, yes. But this was 4 nights.
Oh,
And we still had, how many? 70-some% of the battery left, which is excellent. I'm really pleased about that. It's done really well, very pleased. So, and I've lost my thread now. Ah yes, towing the trailer. That proved to be excellent. Got us exactly where we needed to be, with the big scoot inside being lovely. And the big scoot has proved to be a conversation starter, I think that's fair to say.
no, definitely, yeah.
You might have noticed on the last video when we were going to show you around the whole of the show that the battery died after we got up one side and along the top and started to go down the other side. That was because we just kept on getting stopped to talk about it. Now, I have no problem with that.
No. But also we met a lot of subscribers, didn't we?
We met an
That was
awful lot of
lovely.
subscribers. It's absolutely fabulous to meet you all. If you stopped and said hello, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for the conversation. Thank you for spending your time with us. That was really, really highly lovely.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm losing words here.
It's early in the morning.
It is. It's ridiculous o'clock. But the light's good, and I thought we would use it. We made some purchases while we were at the show. We've got some storm straps that go along the Keda rail. We haven't got the awning out, so I can't show you how they work yet, but that will happen. We also got, what would you call them? Storm strap anchor points from those lovely people at Ultipeg, and a very, very long puttery, innery, takery, outery tool. There's a proper name for it, but I've got
Sure there is, yeah.
about to be, but it's a puttery, innery, takery, outery tool. I've got the long one, so I don't need to bend, and we'll be showing you that as well. But the storm strap anchor, if you want to call it that, is also brilliant for tethering the dog, because if you're like us and you've got a dog, you've probably got one of those corkscrew things, and the number of people I have seen while we've been wandering about struggling trying to get those bloud things into the deck. You can't manage it all that well.
No.
Even where the ground's relatively soft, it's still an absolute pain. And the handles on the top are never big enough to get the leverage that you need to get down through a hard stand and a gravelly hard standing, and you can't get them down into a tarmac hard standing. However, with this one you can. 2 Ultipegs braid in like that at an angle, and it ain't going nowhere, as you shall see. So really pleased with those. We didn't buy an awful lot more other than pies and stuff, did we?
Got a new water carrier.
Oh yes, The water
Slim one.
slimline that will fit in the pulley out thing.
It's only a 5 litre.
Well, that's all you want.
That's all we need.
Because
just for drinking water.
yeah, that'll last us a week. Because the rest of the time it's gin and beer, isn't it? Really, and coffee.
And coffee. Yes. Yeah.
So yes, a cracking show.
Oh, I bought some wool.
Oh, you bought some wool.
Bought some wool.
She's going to knit us a hat with a hole in the back for me
I'm going to
ponytail.
crochet a hat.
Oh, you're going to crochet a hat with a hole in the back for me ponytail to stick through. I might get it all cut when she's finished. I might not. No, I might not. Now, here's the thing. Do you have a battery isolator in your vehicle? And if you have, is it one of those turny things on a red like handle thing? Because if you have, be careful. Be careful how you put your solar panels away when you've had them out and folded out. Because if you knock that handle, the van stops working and you wonder why. Put the solar panels away, and I thought, we're getting ready to go. And I thought, oh, that'll be all right. Yeah, fine. That's in. Lovely. Shut the door. Came back in. Nothing's on. We couldn't get the stilts up. The panel wouldn't come on. Nothing was working. Oh my God, there's a fuse gone. What are we going to do? It turns out the turny thing, the red turny thing, had moved by a minuscule amount, like half a degree or something, which was enough just to knock it off. And something I don't understand here, when it's in the off position, you can take the key out. I think this is a security thing. When it's in the on position, you can't take the key out. And of course, then the key's knockable. So I think what I might have to do is build a little cage to go around it so it can't get knocked. Oh, dear me. What a numpty. Panic stations, wasn't it? And then, underneath, there is a switch that switches the solar panel in and out of circuit. So you naturally, the brain says, that the handle on the switch needs to be pointing in the on direction. Apparently that's off. So I'm switching it to there, and Gill, is it working yet? No? Is it working now?
You'd think by now we'd have it sorted.
You would, wouldn't you? Dear.
Must be a dawn thing.
It's a dawn thing, yes. It's a dawn thing. I mean, if you've ever felt such a numpty. Anyway, once we finally realised and we got it switched back on, then everything just fell back into place, which was, and if anything, the panel was working quicker.
Yeah.
Because it never gets switched off, does it?
Not really.
Not really. But the one thing I did notice, if you have a Travelmaster 565 and you get the Alco High 4 or HY4 self-leveling system on, it runs off the hab battery, not off the engine battery. Because when it was all turned off, we couldn't shift the stilts. This is why I think the key coming out is probably a safety feature, because if the key's out, that means it's all switched off, which means that you cannot raise the legs on the high 4 system, which means that if somebody comes along to nick it and you've got the key in the house with you, then they can't get it off the legs, and if they're going to get angle grinders out to chop the legs off so they can, you'll hear it. So there you go. Now you know, because we didn't.
No.
We
keep learning things.
Oh, hey, there's not a day goes by without we learn something, is there? Yeah. So, and the purchases from the Newark show that are getting used all the time is the dog gate.
Absolutely fabulous.
And
Absolutely.
We got one of those, I don't know what you call it, mesh house, I think they're called. Ours is by Revolution, Outdoor Revolution. So it's the grey one, not the green one. And we're using that as a garage for the Mega Scoot, the Zoot Scoot. So it goes in there. It's safe because I've got to reverse it into the trailer, and it's a pain. So it just drives in and drives out. It's lovely. We've been using that. It's a doddle. Well, no, it's not a doddle to get up, is it? In fact, it's a right pain in the jacksy, finding the bit you've got to pull and making sure that the little piece of string doesn't go yonder side of the cover.
We'll get there. We've only put it up twice.
That's true, and only taking it down once.
And taking it down once, and if you don't take it down in the same order that it's kind of gone up, each bit that pulls up looks the same.
Yes.
But you've got to identify. I might put a marker on it or something.
You've got to put it the right way around to start with, so that the outside's on the outside.
Yeah, and the top's in the middle.
Yes.
But we'll get there. It still takes a lot less time.
Oh, it's a lot less time than putting the big awning out. I will say this, I think all of the videos that say you can put it up in under 2 minutes have had it pre-sorted so that they know exactly where everything is, and they can just go fting, 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 fatung, and it's up.
It's putting it away the correct way. That's the thing, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not a case of, just collapse it and, make it into a smaller piece of equipment as possible.
Aye.
Put it in the bag.
But when you're putting it away, it's where you get this away.
Well, and it was wet as well, so
it was raining.
We'll get there.
It's all good. It's all good. Have you got one?
Have you any
hints and tips?
Hints and tips on putting them away.
We need hints and tips.
Yeah.
We need lots and lots of hints and tips. Yeah. Yes. All the hints and tips are good. They are all good, without a shadow of a doubt. Yes. So, the Lincoln show was definitely worthwhile going to. I will say I don't understand why the speakers and what have you were cancelled. That seemed weird.
There were a few things that were cancelled, weren't there?
The shop?
The shop, for one.
There was no shop.
And that was advertised when we booked.
Yes.
And apparently they pulled out at the last minute. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, that's never been a good form of contraception.
The other very strange thing was that all the entertainment was provided by the same company.
Retro Festival, yes.
Yeah. Now, they put entertainment on in the food court. So there was entertainment going throughout the day.
Yes.
Well, entertainment, live music, anyway. Which was...
Some of which was entertaining, some of which wasn't, but there you go.
Or entertaining in a different way. Which was nice during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
However, once they started setting up for the evening...
In the big tent.
The live music stopped in the food court, and so did the bar, because the bar was run by the same people.
Yes.
Now that meant people staying on site with dogs, like us, who couldn't go to the show because we don't always want to leave our dogs in the van, do we, on their own. Couldn't get a drink if they wanted one, to have with a meal that they bought at the food court.
Mm.
So that meant there weren't that many people going to the food court.
No, after 6 o'clock it was
6 o'clock,
quite dead.
We were like one of 4 one night.
And it's such a shame because certainly banana leaf Thai food, that's to die for. But the grub on offer
and the pudding from that very nice lady at the...
Oh, the churros.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it being quite a meeting point for a lot of people. You say to folks, yeah. Because, to be fair, finding where somebody is, even though they've told you, the directions go something along the lines of find the clock tower, face north, take 20 paces east, and X marks the spot. There's no kind of names and numbers and what have you that you can really refer to. So finding folks is difficult. But if you were to say at 6:30 in the food court over by whichever, there'd be no problem for meeting up. But what's the point if there's no bar?
Well, yeah.
Not that we're alcoholics, you understand.
I mean, there is a point, but I just couldn't see why they would close. I understand the music stopping because they need the people,
yes,
you know, for sound checking further. I get that, and I suppose, yeah, I get that they move their bar, don't they, down? They've got a bar in there, so they're in that as well. But I just didn't think it was very fair on the people who were staying open in the food court to supply food for those that were staying on site. I just didn't think it was fair for them.
No.
Sorry. End of my...
No, I think you're perfectly right, my love. I think you're perfectly right. There's a, you know...
Other than that, the marshals were fabulous.
Marshals were brilliant, yes.
Yeah.
And I will say, to warn us, please, at either end of the season, for God's sake, put a bloody great big marquee up around the food for the food court, will you? Because if it's diddling it down, where are you going to sit?
Well, we'll take it back to the van. But it's such a big site.
Oh, it's a massive...
By the time you get it back, it needs warming up.
Massive site. Absolutely
anyway,
massive site.
No matter. It was a good weekend. We met lots of lovely people.
Yes.
New people we've never met before, people that we have met before, stall holders that we've met before.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Had a look at some fifth wheelers. I can't see us finding anything that's going to make me want to get away from this van unless and until my C1 licence goes, which hopefully it won't, and that's coming up. The medical's going to be coming up fairly shortly now because we're both 69. However, here's the thing. If you've got a limitation to 3.5 tonne and you are used to carrying 43 tonne of gear with you, the trailer, putting a tow bar on won't put you above 3.5 tonne on most vehicles. And you can trail everything that you would have in the boot or anything that's likely to put you overweight in the trailer. So that's good, and that's reminded me I need to share this with the Travel Master 565 owners and indeed anybody who has a Mercedes Sprinter based Alco chassis motorhome. The likelihood is this one's plated at 4.5 tonnes, 4,500 kilos. Even if we put full air suspension all the way around, we cannot go beyond 4,600 kilos. And we can't get any higher rating on the back axle. So that won't solve any problems. So sad to say, you know, I had said that we were going to be doing full air and that there'd be a full video. We ain't. I'm not spending 11 grand to put full air on and get no benefit out of it over the back axle, not be able to upplate to, I wanted to go to 5.5 tonnes if I could. If that's not going to happen, then I'm not going to put the air suspension
and that
round.
Information we got from
SV Tech.
Yeah.
They had a stand there. First time I've seen them at a show, and it was grand. The guy that was on the stand knows his onions, knows his stuff. I mean, there isn't a van he doesn't know. Either that or he talks a good fight.
No,
but he seemed to know what he was talking about. Yeah. So, yeah. And I mean, again, to be fair, they're there to do business, and basically what he said to me was, we can't do business. There are so many other people I've come across that would say, well, you know, this and that and it would still be worth doing and blah blah, and we'll handle all of that. And he said, nah, waste of time, waste of money. It's going to cost you 11 grand to get the full air all around, and it's not going to make you hit with it. Yeah, all right, for getting on and off ferries, but that's not going to be more than twice a year, is it? If that. So it's a lot of money to spend for something that's not going to give you what you need. Bit rambly this, isn't it? But
Apologies.
It's a stream of consciousness which I felt I needed to let everybody know what was going on. We'll give you a quick look round the site. Not that there's a fat lot to see.
No, it's so lovely, apart from the whingy dog I've got.
Apart from a whingy dog. I'll tell you what, my God, was it dark and quiet last night.
I know, it was fabulous. It does say in the bump, you know, bring a very strong torch. Was that?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
No, I know you
I never read the instructions.
You know, bring a really good torch with you, because my gosh, you need it. But it was lovely. It is really, really nice.
And really, really dark on a clear night. It would be grand for star spotting, sky watching, stuff like that. Anyway, we'll give you a quick look around the site, and then we'll diddle off. Yes.
Yep.
So this is the entrance to the touring park. There's an actuated gate with a keypad over there that you put the number into, and then over Gill's shoulder is the lavabogatories, but we'll get a closer look at those.
Yep. So we've got the Elson Point in here, nice and clean, and down here, obviously on the theme of horses, quite a lot of horses around here, being how the horse racing is along. There's reception. If there's nobody in, there is a phone number by the gate, and then we've got disabled facilities, pot washing and information room, ladies' toilet, gents' toilet. There is as well, I think that's around the back, a full, there he is, full disabled access toilets. So, do you know, it's really lovely. We've seen more cars in the last half hour than we've done in the last day that we've been here, haven't we? We've seen more cars passing in the last hour than we have in the last day.
Yes.
So there we go there. I'm going to attempt to take Kira and the camera.
Well, I'll take Kira.
And all right then. So go with your dad, and we'll go and I'll show you the view. It's not a huge site, which makes it all the much nicer. Off-lead dog area.
So this would be the off-lead dog walk area. It's not huge, but it's big enough for a few retrieves, and is at the top of the site, which is lettered rather than numbered. 20 some pitches.
Bins at the top and at the bottom. Through that gap in the fence there is the dog walk, which goes down the length of the site, but they do ask that you keep your dogs on a lead. So just going down the right hand side, and then there's grass and hard standing, electric if you want it, but you don't have to have it. And that's the site basically. If you go through to the dog walk, there is a gate which I'm not quite sure whether you'll be able to pick it up or not, but that goes into the golf club, which is just over there behind those tall trees. Apparently you can take your dog to the outside seating area. It was raining last night, so we didn't even think about it, but it's a really peaceful, even with traffic, the birds, it's really nice, really, really nice. Would I come back? Oh yes. I don't know that I would travel from home just to here, but we would certainly make it part of our tour. Anything you want to add, David?
Just that I like it and I want to come back.
Yeah. I don't know whether you heard that, he likes it and he's quite happy to come back. So, that's a quick tour, and yeah,
there's our van.
Lovely. And there we are on the right hand side, and even though we have that tree over the top, we've got excellent Wi-Fi. Well done, Starlink.
You see before you is Gill and the dog, but what I really wanted to show you is up there. Now I don't know how well you can see it, but we're out in the boondocks, miles away from anything by the looks of it. If I pan this slowly round, you shall see in that direction the camera's pointing now is the golf club, and where we're pointed now is where the site is. So we've come down a byway and across a footpath across a field, and we're about to cross another footpath which goes across the field. I don't know whether you can make it out. It's between Gill and the dog and heading across, and this should get us across to Market Rasen. But I just love that all these footpaths are marked, and the fact that I've got the gear to be able to use them. I couldn't have done this without the scoot. Thank you, Terrain Hopper. Anybody that's into... Go away, car. Car's gone. Anybody that's into the horses will have heard of Market Rasen Racecourse. Well, this is it. Market Rasen Racecourse. Believe it or not, I didn't know this, but there's a campsite alongside it as well. Haven't looked into it, but will do. We're just a little bit further down the road in the direction beyond Gill. Just had a wander into Market Rasen, and it's been lovely, hasn't it, love?
It has, very nice, very nice.
But, as ever, been stopped I don't know how many times.
Yeah, and nobody could point us in the direction of a cafe with an outside seating area that was dog friendly, other than one that closed at 1 o'clock, which was a bit late then. So, never mind. Sandwiches from Couplands.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Yes. For those that are technically minded and are wondering, this is being filmed on an Insta360 X4 360 degree camera, so if there's any strange camera moves, that's my crap editing. I do apologise, but we thought we'd give it a go. You know, see how it works. Right. We'll see you on the next one.
Yep.
The end bit's going to get changed. I want you to see if you can work out why. Because we change our minds a lot. We change stuffs a lot, although we're not going to be changing the van. I'm not going to be changing the dog. I'm not going to be changing Gill.
Oh,
it's a dog thing. Isn't it?
It is.
See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.